Jodie.
Hi.
Jodie, where are you from originally?
Long Island, New York.
Okay. Tell me about your family growing up.
Okay, I have a very Orthodox family. They're Jewish. My father wasn't always that way. When I grew up until I was 13, he was, typical. But he decided to become Orthodox when his parents passed away, when his father passed away. And it was a big change in my family. All of a sudden, I went from like being able to eat McDonald's and not having any milk and meat in the house. I don't know if you know anything about Jewish people, but you can't have milk and meat, no bacon, none of that stuff. So my dietary habits changed, and friends changed. All of a sudden, I couldn't, hang around with people who weren't Jewish, and I had to go to synagogue and all that stuff.
So what created the change in the religion?
I think my father, when his father passed away, he just became religious. Rather than going through midlife crisis and buying a Porsche, he decided to become religious, which is probably the lesser of both evils. But he was a great father. He didn't do anything wrong. He just was very strict. So I was daddy's little girl for a long time. I had some trauma. I think I was traumatized. I was the trauma in my family. I think I caused a lot of trauma in my family. I think I did a lot of things to my parents that I shouldn't have done. I remember being just always wrong, just doing things wrong as a child.
What were the roughest spots of your childhood?
Well, I told you I was kidnapped when I was 6.
You were kidnapped
by my teacher when I was 6. Yeah, I don't remember any of it. I blacked most of it out. I mean, then again, I was 6. I don't know how I could remember a lot from that time. But he had an ice cream truck. And I remember going to the ice cream truck, but my parents had a lot of money, so I think he was, trying to get money out of my father. My father wasn't stupid. He didn't give it to him. But like 4 days went by without I was with him, and he left me in Brooklyn, and somebody else took me. So I spent 4 more days with them. I don't remember anything. I do know that my clothes were changed, so obviously somebody took my clothes off. I don't know. I don't know who took care of me.
He was demanding money?
Yeah. My father wouldn't give it to him.
What happened to him afterwards?
He went to jail. He was in jail for 30 years because I think he had other things like
that ain't jail, honey. That's prison.
Yeah. I don't think I was the only one. I think there were more people involved.
Oh.
He had a history.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. So, that was pretty traumatizing. I don't really remember it, though. I wish I did. I always wanted to do like hypnosis or something to remember.
There's probably ways to access it.
Yeah. You think?
It's in your memory somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah. I don't know where to get that done, though, so probably costs money. But. Yeah, so I think I was the trauma of my family after that. I think I caused a lot of problems in my family after that. I mean, my family was cool, but I did nothing but lie, steal, cause problems, did drugs, a whole bunch of shit wrong, And nothing stopped me, I was in car accidents, I stole cars, I was in juvenile detention, I did a whole bunch of shit wrong and nothing stopped me, I had no fear. And now I have lymphedema in my leg from shooting up, and I just still haven't stopped using it. My leg is about to fall off practically, and I still haven't stopped using it.
So you started using drugs when?
I started using when I was 14, but I didn't start using habitually until after I had my son. Much later in life, but my husband went to jail for life, and I kind of went crazy. So he was a drug dealer. I didn't know, and found out later on, obviously. And I started using, and I started using hard. I was shooting up. I was using crack. I was using a lot of things, and my leg got infected with lymphedema. It's part of my circulation problem. It would have happened anyway, but I could have gotten it fixed. I just ignored it. And I let it go, and now I have what's left of my leg is not normal. They want to amputate it.
Show me your leg.
Both of them kind of fucked, actually.
Oh wow! So what's going on with it?
It's called lymphedema. It's called lymphedema. It's when your blood and your the moisture pools at the bottom and doesn't flow up to the top, and it could have been fixed, but I ignored it. So now it's at a point where they want to amputate it, and I'm still not going to take care of it.
And so you're on Skid Row now.
Yeah.
When did you come to LA?
I came to LA in 2012 with my boyfriend at the time. He passed away from drugs. He passed away like 4 years ago, but I was broken up with him for a while. Before that, I was living at the Continental Hotel. The owner was my boyfriend for a while. He was taking care of me. And that's probably why I just ignored all of this. I didn't have any reason to work or do anything because he was just giving me money every day. But I've been there ever since. Yeah, I've seen just about everybody die in that hotel. All my friends are dead. I don't have any friends left.
It's a rough life.
Yes, rough. And nothing stops it. Nothing changes. Like nothing will scare you out of it. Nothing.
What do you think? What was your drug, first off? Crack?
Crack, heroin. And now it's fentanyl and crack.
Yeah. What do you think would actually, there are people who have quit this lifestyle.
Yeah, how?
What do you think would be required?
6 feet under. Yeah. Unfortunately. I've had all the best treatments. I've had all the best doctors. I've had everything. I've never changed. Always went back. I was counting the days till I had to leave. I was never serious about changing, even when the courts put me in facilities and I was going to go to jail for 5 years if I didn't. I mean, I stole my mother worked for HSBC Mortgage, and I stole all of her profiles, and I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars and spending it all on drugs, and I got caught, and I was still using. I was just counting the days, like leave rehab and do it again.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lifestyle.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't change nothing. I don't see how they change. I really would love to know how people got. I mean, I want to know the secret. I heard Ibogaine works. It's cost $6,000. Maybe I could do it one day. I haven't been able to figure it out. And I'm pretty smart. I usually figure everything out. I haven't figured this one out.
How old are you now?
51.
51. Do you have children?
I have one child. He's 20. He's in college. He's doing great. He would never touch anything.
Did you raise him?
No, my parents raised him. I raised him until he was 5, and then I started using. I see him all the time. I talk to him every day, but yeah, he's not too happy with me.
What kind of things have you been through with your addiction?
Oh, horrible. I mean, I've been beaten up, raped. Sold. I've been through a lot. I mean, the worst part is being away from my family. I mean, that's the worst thing. I put them through that, though. I haven't been through it myself. I put them through that. You know, they offered me all the help, and I just didn't take it.
And you just couldn't accept any.
All the help I took, I just would count the days till I had to leave. It was just like I was buying time just to get money out of them, or get another apartment that they would give me, or another car, or, because they just give me everything. They really didn't understand the tough love aspect of it. They kept giving me things, and it really didn't help.
What advice can you give to families that have an addict like you were?
Well, if they're spoiled like I am, pulling the rug out from underneath them isn't really going to help them anyway, because they don't know how to fend for themselves. So, advice for an addict family's advice would be probably just to not drop them. Be there emotionally, not physically. Don't buy them things, but be there emotionally. Just don't drop them.
Because an addict will play their
yeah. You don't have to
ones.
give them anything; just give them yourself. That's all I need.
What was your lowest point?
Now.
What kind of behaviors would you do to your family and loved ones?
I keep telling them I'm coming and I never come. Keep telling them I'll call and never call. They wonder where I am. Days will go by. I lost my phone. I broke my phone.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what an addict will do to their loved ones.
So that's why I said I'm the trauma in my family. They didn't traumatize me. I
You're the
traumatized them.
What's the most unscrupulous thing you've done?
Probably stealing all my mom's profiles. She could have gone to jail for that. She was working for HSBC Mortgage, and they could have arrested her, And I stole all of her contacts and just was using them to get money. This is way before, everything was ID me and all that. I was literally walking into Macy's and pretending I was somebody I wasn't, and buying things and selling them for drugs. This is almost 20 years ago. It's been, since I started using, it's been almost, 15 years. I would have done anything, because I was so spoiled and so used to getting everything I wanted that I wasn't used to being told no. So if a drug dealer told me no, I was going to find a way to get that. And I did.
What advice can you give to you haven't gotten clean, so you can't really...
I had clean time, but listen, tell me the advice. That's what I need. I want to hear the advice. I don't have any advice for them. I'm sorry to say I don't. Just protect yourself. Don't get sick. And if you do get sick, go see a doctor, because you're going to end up with one leg.
Because an addict will basically do anything and say anything to get what they need.
Right. Exactly. Or hurt anybody. She's the only person I've hurt so far, my dog. For some reason, she's got me.
Tell me a story about your debauchery when you're at your worst.
Okay, let me think. I was kind of not scared of people, right? So let's say a girl's hanging out with a drug dealer, and then you tell them, okay, I'm going to do whatever you want, go back to a hotel room with some guy, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to take his shit and run, right? That just doesn't happen. I thought I was going to be able to go into some hotel room with some drug dealer and just take all his stuff and run. Didn't happen. He ended up, raping me, holding me there. So yeah, I mean, I'm a lot weaker than I think I am. I think I'm strong, but I'm not. I was probably 50 pounds skinnier at the time, and I thought I was just going to grab shit and run out the door. It didn't work out that way. I ended up being held there for a couple of days. My debauchery is usually against myself. I usually hurt myself more than anybody else.
Have the drugs gotten worse over the years?
More.
More.
Like, yeah, just need more. Yeah, that sucks.
Where did the addiction come from?
I don't know. I think my parents are addicts in a different way. I think they're addicted to money. Codependent. I don't think anybody in my family is an addict. I'm definitely the black sheep. And my brother's an attorney. He's tried drugs. I don't think he was ever an addict. But yeah, and I don't know what he did. Probably from just codependency. Being spoiled. I mean, anything you try, if they say you try it once, you can become addicted, and it's true. You really can. I mean, if you do try heroin once, you're going to be addicted to it. It's the best feeling in the world. So, I mean, I tried it because I had no fear. So that's probably caused my own addiction. Now I probably unleashed a whirlwind of cycle of events of addicts in my family. Maybe, who knows if it's hereditary? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm pretty different than most. They all come from some sort of addict, or I don't think anybody in my family is an addict.
You've tried to get clean or no?
I've tried, but even while I was there, I was counting the days to leave, and I knew in the back of my mind I was going to use again. I just don't know why I didn't even give it a chance. I've never tried the 12 steps. I tried cognitive behavioral therapy. I thought I had it once when I was forced there. I was forced by the courts. But as soon as the ankle bracelet came off, so did the sobriety. I was right back out there. I really thought I had it, and I didn't. I wake up in the hospital all the time. I mean, that happens often. I get Narcan all the time because I go out. I have no tolerance. I mean, I'm constantly waking up in hospitals, and I don't know how I got there. Narcan's a bitch. You go through into withdrawal, and I wake up in the hospital all the time. I mean, I went from, driving a Mercedes to walking, asking you for Uber. So, a lot of things have happened.
What's your biggest regret?
Trying anything. Trying the drugs first, because I don't think I would have stopped. I don't think I would have tried it. I don't think I would have done it if I didn't try it. Obviously, I knew I wasn't going to stop. I don't know why I tried. I get addicted to everything I do. I mean, I hated vaping, and now I can't put this down. I get addicted to everything.
Which are the drugs?
I've tried everything. I even when I was before I was majorly an addict. When I was in my 20s, I was doing ecstasy every weekend. Back in the New York days, rave scene, and Limelight, and Twilo, and all that. I was doing ecstasy every weekend, and that was, that's not a physical addiction. That's a mental addiction. I was doing it every weekend. Shopping is another addiction of mine. I can't have money. I can't hold money for more than 5 minutes. Anything in my pocket's getting spent. So, yeah, I've tried everything. Everything. Except for DMT, which is a yet for me, I'm sure.
And your son is how old now?
20.
He's doing better?
He's
not
great.
following
He's
mom's
great.
footsteps?
He's great. He's a genius. He's doing great. He's graduating college. He's doing wonderful. He's great.
He didn't get to see a lot of your...
No, I mean, he speaks to me. He knows. He's seen me sleep. He knows. I mean, when he was little, he went to school one day, and my parents told him I was in the hospital because I had a headache. So he went to school for show and tell, and he said, "My mommy's in the hospital. She's sick in the head." I mean, he's seen me sleep. That's about it. I'm a sleeping mom, or a virtual mom, because a lot of Wi-Fi conversations. So, yeah, he's seen a lot of it, but not every day. My parents would bring him to come visit me, and I'd be lucky if I made it to the hotel they were at. I'd be sleeping through the day. Full of excuses. He's seen a lot of excuses.
What do you think the key to helping an addict would be?
Oh, stick me with my son. I don't get high when I'm with him. Now at his age, that would probably be good. Attach me to my son. I'd probably get clean. He's probably the only one who could help me. It's not his job to.
Jodie, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in all of this?
Take care of your health and your family, because nothing is forever. Nothing.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
When I was designing the first Soft White Underbelly book, I realized that there were so many great portraits that weren't going to make it into that book. They just wouldn't fit. And once I saw how well that first book sold, I knew I'd have to design a second book. This second book is finally ready to ship. Like the first one, this book has a collection of some of the best portraits from Soft White Underbelly, accompanied by a quote from that person's interview. This book features another group of Rebecca portraits, as well as a collection of color images of the Whitaker family, and plenty of others. You can order yours for $125 or $150 for a signed copy at softwhiteunderbelly.org. Again, like the first book, once this book is sold out, I will not be printing more of them. The portraits are what Soft White Underbelly is all about, and these two books contain the best of all that work. Thank you for watching.